In this video, we're going to be talking about Apex Legends Season 2 and how it could potentially save Apex Legends when it does actually arrive next month. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Crazy Pie. In this video, like I said, we're going to be talking about Apex Legends Season 2. So if you guys are hyped for Season 2, comment down below what you are most excited for in Season 2. I really want to read what you guys are excited for because honestly, Season 2 is going to be good. It's going to be a lot of fun. They're adding a lot of cool new stuff. And I honestly think this new season does have the potential and the chance to, bring Apex back up to its potential self like it was before. Now, I'm not saying, ooh, it's going to be the Fortnite killer, because at this day and age, who honestly cares about a video game's popularity? But at the end of the day, I just want to see one of my favorite Battle Royale games succeed, and hopefully Season 2 can bring it back up to, a more fun, thriving Battle Royale game. Okay, so I'm going to try and switch, this video up into different segments and talking about Season 2 in different parts. But if we're going to be honest here, let's just start by talking about the various little things that they're adding into Season 2. So first of all, we have a new map change and a new map event coming. Now we already have new buildings, like not really buildings, but new posts all around the map. We also have flyers inside of the map now too, which is actually insane. And we are actually rumored to be getting Leviathans in the map as well. And I'm assuming it's going to be very soon, because if we already have flyers, that should mean that the Disruptor Tower, aka the Repulsor Tower, is already down, which means Flyers and Leviathans should pretty much be raiding the map in a mass amount very, very soon. Because if you guys don't know, just a little side note here, if the Repulsor Tower is actually up and working, it basically works as a dog whistle, which will keep the Leviathans out of the map, which it has been, but it'll also keep the Flyers out of the map as well, because they like to stick by the Leviathans. So honestly, I'm not too sure how they even got into the map. If we do see on the recent Twitter post, which I'll leave the link in the description below, go have a look at it yourself. It will leak information, and it is pretty sick. But let's get back on track here. We're going to have a lot of new stuff added to Season 2. Starting with that new map event. That's one of the big things that will drive people back to this game. They have stated in recent articles that there will be a live event that you do not want to miss when you're in Apex Legends. Kind of like what Fortnite does with most of their events, how they have live events that you can go into and see for yourself. So that should be very, very cool. And we also have Leviathans coming to the map, which should hopefully change up the meta, change up some rotating routes, and hopefully even some map changes, which are honestly very, very good in my opinion. Because if you change up the way that the map works and that the map plays, obviously it's going to be pretty good and pretty loved by the community if it's not bad changes. And I have actually heard rumors about Bridges getting flooded. I'm not too sure how, because Bridges is, already up and elevated off of the ground. But if Bridges does get flooded, that would be kind of sick. Okay, so some of the stuff that they're going to be adding into Apex Legends Season 2 is honestly very good. Now, I'm very happy with this, personally, because we're finally seeing new stuff coming to the game. But right off the bat here, we have a new legend as well as a new gun. I'll talk about those later on in the video more in depth, but we have a lot of balancing updates that are going to be coming to Apex Legends, starting with the two new hop-ups. Now, these are going to be incredible. First of all, we have one hop-up called Disruptor Rounds, which basically increases your shield damage when you're firing at a shield. So this is going to be compatible with the Alternator as well as the RE45, which is very, very good because you can just melt shield with the Alternator as well as the RE45 now, which is pretty good. These guns were good in and of themselves, but now they're going to be even better and hopefully match up with a bunch of the other guns in Apex Legends, which is going to be cool because you'll finally be able to change up the meta now and have better guns and maybe even a different loadout that you'll be able to rock altogether now, which is pretty cool. We'll finally be able to use these guns a lot more. But the second hop-up is actually going to be called Hammer Point Rounds. This is almost the same thing, but it basically just increases your damage to regular base health, aka unshielded damage. This is going to be compatible with the P2020, as well as, you guessed it, the Mozambique. So if you think about it logically, you can theoretically use an Alternator or an RE45 with a P2020. If you use a P2020 and an RE45, you'll be able to melt the shield quickly with the RE45, and then you'll be able to melt the base health with the P2020, which is pretty good because these guns weren't very good on their own, but maybe if you can combo them properly, it might be pretty good. Maybe double Mozambique might be a thing now. So it's very cool that they are changing up the meta. They're finally changing the arc styles a little bit. They're increasing the time that it takes to actually blow up after you launch it from yourself, so it has an increased ignition delay, which is very, very nice. Also, if you stick a player with full health, it'll finally down them, because man, the frustration of actually being able to stick someone with an arc star and not fully killing them, that's annoying because it takes a lot of skill to actually be able to stick someone. So that's pretty awesome. I'm very happy with that actually. Now they also mentioned that they are going to be adding more gold weapons, which is pretty cool. They're reducing as well as increasing ammo stack sizes. They're increasing the energy ammo max stack size from 60 in your inventory per stack to 80, which is very, very good. So it now matches with light as well as heavy. And they're reducing shotgun ammo stacks. This is very interesting in my opinion. It's going to be a lot more balanced. I'm hoping they're doing this because they might be adding that ammo belt that we leaked a couple weeks ago, but it's being reduced from 64 to 16 now, which is actually pretty cool, you know? We'll finally be able to, you know, use more energy ammo, and now the shotguns might be a little bit more balanced because you'll have to use more inventory space. So people might think twice now about using an EVA 8 because it takes a lot of ammo, or even a Peacekeeper, which is pretty cool. It also says that they are also buffing airdrops and changing them slightly to where you might find better weapons near the end of the game and more so of the lower tier airdrop weapons in the beginning. So this deals with supply drops, and it says that you'll be able to find more Krabers in the early to mid game, and then in the end game it should spawn more Mastiffs as well as possibly the L-Star, because the L-Star is new. But yeah, in terms of everything I just mentioned, that's mainly going to be fixing the balancing, which is pretty cool because obviously the game, if you want the game to succeed, you have to constantly be changing the meta, and we're finally getting a pretty interesting meta change from the sounds of it, which should hopefully change the way that the game feels and the pace of the game. Speaking of the pace of the game, I'm hoping it doesn't go too slow because the new legend is actually Watson. Now this is kind of obvious, everyone knows that we are getting Watson, but is she going to be good? Now obviously she's going to be good for the actual game. We have gotten leaked a new legend as well called Crypto. We don't know much about him or if he's even confirmed, so I'm not going to go over him too much, but Watson is hopefully going to help the game out a little bit more because obviously new legend, you know, back when Octane came out, it was pretty hot, it was pretty nice. Now we're getting a full new legend in the form of Watson. Will she be a fan favorite? Not too sure. I mean, I don't really think she'll be a fan favorite in terms of the sweaty players, but in terms of the bigger player base and in terms of the casual player base, I think Watson's going to be a little bit more in favor than Octane. You know, Octane's pretty good. He's a pretty sick legend, but he's really only useful for the sweatier and fast-paced players because his abilities aren't really used for playing it more casual. You know, they're really just used for getting up close in front with the enemies. Watson, on the other hand, will honestly deal and cater to a bigger player base because the majority of the player base is casual, you know? It deals with every single video game out there. The casual player base is the bigger side of the player base. So Watson hopefully will be a pretty hot topic in Apex Legends. I mean, I won't really be rocking her just because I'm not too much of a fan of her. Completely unpopular opinion. I just don't really care for her voice that much. But hey, it's really that. That's really the only thing I don't really care about. But yeah. Also, we're getting the L-Star, which is good. It's only a care package weapon, so I can't really see it doing too much in terms of spicing up the game because obviously you'll only be able to get it from care packages. But it will hopefully change up the meta as well. And it's supposedly going to be very overpowered. So yeah, we're going to have to see how that plays out. I'm not too sure if it's going to be ridiculous or if it's just going to be overpowered. But hopefully it is balanced and fits the meta of Apex Legends. But yeah guys, that's basically everything you need to know about Apex Legends Season 2, and hopefully why it could potentially save the game, because this could be good. You know, I'm not saying Apex Legends is dead by any means. I'm not really saying it needs saving. Maybe on like viewing platforms on like Twitch and stuff, because everyone gets like so caring about how the games do for some reason, because if a game's not doing good on Twitch, it's not doing good in the player base. Like, it's just dumb how people think like that, boys. But yeah, hopefully this does help the game out a little bit, because I want to see Apex Legends thriving just like it was back in the first month of launch. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, let's try and hit 50 likes down below. I know you boys can hit it off. I know we can do it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later for another video. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And yeah, peace out, boys.